Welcome back. I only listen to 90s music. We are back in the building. How's everybody doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm just good to be back home in the crib.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Man, you back in the crib.
Like I'm alive.
After 7 months.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna front. I have not been the best, man, with my dad dying and stuff, man. I just been in a shitty mood in general. That's not like in general, just in general. And it's not for anything with me and him. It's more of my mortality.
Yeah.
Like, and then you be like, I just talked that nigga like last week, and then like. And then I had to stay up in Chicago for like 2 or 3 weeks. It was a whole bunch of stuff, man.
Yeah, and like so, your dad passed, and then Scott, your mother-in-law,
right after.
Right after. And then I haven't lost anyone, but again, thinking about your own mortality, like realizing the age that we're at, realizing that we essentially are at the age that we could start losing parents, and then not even just that, but friends. Right, that we are like I got my mammogram done on Tuesday, and the number of friends that I have that have had breast cancer or lost the battle to breast cancer or all of that, like it's bruh, like this isn't right. Like we should be looking older to be that. Like, I'm just saying, no disrespect to our parents' generation, but they look like they was 40 at 20. So you can get if one of them died, like you heard Leroy died at 88, and you saw pictures like, well, shit, Leroy looked like he's 48. He looked like he was supposed to die. But I always bring up that picture of Otis Redding.
Yeah. He looks like, and he's only like 29 or 30,
he's like,
right?
He was like 26 or something on that.
That's right, because it's 26. It's a 26 club.
Yeah,
it's a whole bunch of people 26 that died.
And Otis Redding looked every bit of 53.
Yeah.
On that photo. So yeah, there is a level of your own mortality that you kind of start thinking about and realizing, hey, maybe I need to, go to a doctor or get some blood work done. Or, I mean, again, everyone doesn't have health problems, but sometimes you don't know what health problems you do or don't have. And for Black men specifically,
yeah, you're right.
Take your ass to a doctor.
I literally just went, got my blood work done.
You ain't had a physical since JV football. Okay.
Because I went up in there, I was like, man, last time I had a physical was in 2013. Like, he was like, damn. I was like, hey man, I mean, shit happens in life, I'm getting back onto my bad path from health complications. Like, I need to get on my shit.
And I hate that, like, it's that gift and that curse. Like, I hate that that's what makes people go, but if that's what makes you go, then go. But once a year, that's all you gotta do is go once a year. And then, which also makes me feel like I gotta ask people, when last time you been to the dentist? Because that's twice a year.
Yeah. I've been to dentist way more than I've been to the actual doctor. I go to the dentist way more.
Well, let me say, I'm at my dentist all the time, but like I have so many medical professionals and specialists that I go to. I meet my deductible very early on in the year.
Yeah, I'm at the point now. Like, I gotta go see the eye doctor. I need glasses.
Hey, no.
I do need an eye exam.
Is this the trust tree? Because I've been like, yo, I have great eyes before. Why am I having trouble reading this screen?
Well, so I'm blind as a bat. Like, so I wear contacts. I've been wearing, like I said, I've worn glasses since 4th grade.
Oh, okay. So you don't know this struggle that.
Yeah, so I don't know the whole people, like the people that are like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to live my life.
It's just
I ain't been able to see since
I've been going through the same thing, dog. Like, I can't read certain stuff. I can't read until 10 o'clock in the morning.
I don't like driving at night.
Fucking Big Sip the other day sent me a text message and did not have his glasses on when he sent it.
And it was all over the place, wasn't it? That's why I don't send text messages in the morning no more.
He said, no, it was like, hey, where is it at? Because I'm cracking up. I'm like, I said, I'm dating a senior citizen. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? And then he was like, oh, it's 8:46 p.m. He was like, good news, dear. And I'm like, huh? And he was like, then he writes back, yes, dear. And I'm like, what's the good news? And he was like, I thought I said good night. I don't have my glasses on. Yeah.
So I thought I said good night.
I'm dating a senior citizen, and I didn't know it until now. And
hey, man, but since we talking about rest in pieces, first of all, Angie Stone, the great Angie Stone, passed away, man. Like,
my sunshine has come. That song reminds me of the first time I went to 747, which was a popular gay club in St. Louis. And it reminds me of that.
Was 747 in the Grove? Was it in the Grove?
No, it wasn't. It was downtown.
Downtown.
It was 747 on Washington? Somebody's going to correct me on that. I'm trying to remember what street 747 was on. But it was like a lesbian club, but the boys were in there too. But first time I went, like you probably had to be 21 or 18 to get in, right? I was neither. Right? I think I was 17, and me and my friend Kim and two other people, we went. The other two people were old enough to get in, so we had to go hella early. We had
to go during happy hour.
Like we had to go like hella early to kind of get in before people like really started showing up. So we were there hella early, but it was like so early that we're just kind of sitting there. I'm sitting there nervous as shit, like they gonna catch my ass being here. So I'm trying to act cool and just be quiet, but they're not playing music for real, right? Like they kind of playing some stuff. But I remember they played Angie Stone, and there was some old lesbian that was there that was like, play it again, and they just kind of and I'm like, that's my song, and I'm just like, so that it just always reminds me of that.
Was that a black lesbian club? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, like it was black. It was extremely black, so much so that the night the 747 closed, every gay in the city came back and went to the club, and at the end of the night, there was some lesbian shooting in the street.
What?
And that's how
it got closed.
No, it was last night.
That was the last night.
It was like the closing night. So everybody came out. It was everybody was having a great time. And then, it's not a St. Louis club unless the night ends with some shooting.
What was the club? I guess it was on the east side. Was G-Spot? Faces? G-Spot.
Oh, so G-Spot was there was a place called Faces. G-Spot was on the east side. So you would
I always heard about Faces.
Yeah, you went to 747 first, and then everybody left 747, and you drove to the east side to go to the G-Spot. And then, so by the time you came home, it was like 5:00 in the morning. And then we'll come back home. But there was a place called Faces. There's been a lot of gay clubs that have been open and shut in St. Louis. Hell, at one point I was hosting and promoting gay parties. Like we were doing that for a while. So we did Sizzling Saturdays for like one summer, and we literally were getting some of the girls who were on RuPaul's Drag Race. And so it's like early, like first two seasons, like the first two winners or whatever, right? We got them before their prices went up. So like there's this was
like early Twitter days, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Like yes, we were doing this in like 2010, I think.
Yeah. So it says it was 1624 Delmar was the address.
Yeah, it was downtown.
Yeah.
Yep, like so.
So it was on that. Oh wow! So it was in the back part of downtown, on the other side of Washington, where it's kind of a little bit more dead over on that side.
Yep. But it was a nice spot. Like I used to go kick it, and I didn't get harassed at 747 for real. That's the older lesbians were there. It was some of the older ones that could have paid my rent and taking care of me. At the G-Spot, right, and hooked me up. At the G-Spot was lesbians that was not going to pay my rent, but was looking for a good time. There was actually a group of them who every time I'd walk in, there was a dude. It was a guy who worked.
That was the horny lesbians.
There was a guy. It was a straight dude who worked the front door, who was the security guard, a bouncer. I always forget his damn name. He was a big guy, had dreads, big dude. And so when I would come up, he'd be like, he's like, all right, let me go ahead and pat you down and see what you got on you. And I'm like, Ed, like, what's his name? Ed? Maybe it was Ed. And I'm like, Ed, really, every time, I just gotta make sure you, oh my God. All right, thank you. Thank you for patting me. Thank you for filling me up. As soon as I walk in, here go the studs. Hey, it's our friend. Oh, I just got here.
Yeah.
Damn, y'all didn't even pay my way to get in. I could have met me at the door. You ain't see Ed just freaking me down. You could have paid my way to get in or something.
And I had to pay $20 to get in still.
I just paid $20 to get in, and here y'all, Lord, here you come bothering me. She got her titties out today. Holy shit. Like, because Brandon would always make me Brandon wanted me to be a girl so bad. He really tried to make me girly. And so I'd always have a low-cut shirt on with my boobs out. And I didn't know how to properly flirt with lesbians.
You were his muse. You were his muse.
I ain't gonna say I was his muse. It just, he was like, dress up. And but the thing is, if you look at old Brandon had braids going to the back, oversized shirt. So the exact same way that you was dressing in 2003, 2004, that's exactly how the hell he dressed. Period. So if he was not at the gay club with us, he was at the Mono or a casino. Like that was literally, he could just go to the next place and not have to change clothes. Like that was it. And I just didn't want to go to those places. But
I was literally mentioning the Mono. Did y'all ever go to Club Rio? They had the swimming pool in the back.
I went once.
No.
I was telling somebody literally the other day. I was like, dude, he was like, it was a club in St. Louis that had a swimming pool in the back. Yes. Yeah. Club Rio. Off of this right before you get to Larry Flint's on the east side.
Yeah, because it was a little further. Because I remember the night I was there, it was a bunch of Rams players there.
So then I did a deep dive and tried to find the actual real address for a place that closed in 2005. Found it. The owner got killed, and his family was put up for hostage in North County in 2004. And it was burned down twice within that time period. Google Club Rio, St. Louis.
That's investigative journalism right there. I heard of Rio. I never I've never driven to the east side on my own. Well, I take that back. Yes, we did. Me and Samantha drove there on. We weren't supposed to. We went to the Mono once. We weren't supposed to go though. But
I was like, you went to drove to the Mono?
Like once, because it was a college party that was supposed to be downtown at a new club Liquid or something like that. Yeah, it had just opened up. However, something
Liquid is the open side. Right. Liquid is the open side, society, all that.
So something went so it made an advertisement. We ready to go. We got permission to go. We're good. And then they announced on the radio, because that's the only way you can find out what was going on. They talk about on the radio that the party had been moved to the Mono because Club Liquid didn't have their liquor license or something like that.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, now what do we do? And we're like, can we go to the Mono? And then Samantha's like, I don't even know how the hell to get to the Mono. I'm like, shit, me neither.
Y'all understand, your kids, there was no map quest or nothing like that.
I'm like, I don't know how to fucking get to the Mono. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I know who knows. So it was a dude that I used to mess with who was a couple of years older than me. Click over on Freeway, because it's a landline that we're using. Click over on Freeway, call Anthony. Me and Samantha need to know how to get to the Mono. The fuck y'all going to the Mono for? Because this college party is over there, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh my God.
Cross that bridge.
He's like, okay, cross the bridge. He's like, stay in the right lane, but don't get off at Cahokia. Do not get off at Cahokia. It's like, don't get off at Cahokia. So,
that's so you gotta know what you said.
Yeah.
So we're writing this down. Okay, great. So both of us live in Jennings. Samantha come pick me up. We and her mom Dodge Shadow.
Shout out to Chrysler.
We drive over there, and we're there. When I tell you, we are probably there no more than an hour, no more, because we're just so terrified Because it's the reality of we're not supposed to be here. We had permission to take the car and go to this club downtown. We did not have permission to go to the east side.
Oh yeah, that was a 90s sitcom episode.
Right.
Yes, it was.
Bro, like we did not have permission to go over there. So it's the reality of if something happens to that car or to us, and it's like your parents, like we gotta call her mama and you gotta call Brenda and explain to her while we were on the east side, we weren't supposed to be over there.
Hold on, this you with Samantha?
This man Samantha.
Yeah, this story. Yeah, this another story. You and that damn Samantha. And
so we're there for like an hour. Like I know we in there. We see people.
Was the place scary to you, or
it wasn't scary at all? Like it was a college party, so it was that crowd. So it's us. Basically, all the niggas we knew from class of 99, class of 98. So Chris Carter is there. Like I used to call him Little Willie Chris. He there. Like when he walk in, he see us and he's like, "What the hell y'all doing here?" We're like, "We ain't supposed to be." We're literally like watching our backs. Like, and again, like our parents are gonna walk in or something, just find us in here. And like after an hour, I'm like, "You ready to go?" She was like, "Yes." Like we were just so afraid. Like, again, not afraid of the east side or afraid of where we were. It's just we were afraid of getting caught being over there. Like, that's what the fear was. And we ain't want that. That's, once you lose car privileges.
Yeah. Your summer done.
Done, bro. Like, no.
All you got to do is go to the store and come back. That's how you eat. That's how you ease your way in.
Maybe. Like so. Nah, we like.
You gotta hope that they wanted you to go because they didn't want to feel like going to the grocery store. I'm like, you know what? You can go over there to Price Chopper and go ahead and get everything on this list.
Which is very funny. It's funny that you said Price Chopper because we stay right by River Road, so Food for Less was right there.
I know that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like
my grandma came with them vest variety packs.
Right. Yeah, it was. It's like I keep telling Samantha, it's like one day I'm gonna bring you on the show. And like I said, so like when I tell these stories that I have my backup that people know I am not making this up. Or the day when I was there in town, I think I called her and we were talking about the Martin Lawrence thing. And when I said the one line to her and she repeated the next line, I'm like, see, I'm not making this shit up. Like these are none of my, I am a lot of things. A liar is not one of them. Like these stories are real and
Samantha is there to back all of the stories.
She's there because she was there, and she's that friend that laughs so hard that she has to put herself on mute because she's dying laughing, and she'll finally catch her breath and get her composure, and then remember it again, and now she's gone for another 10 minutes. So that's her. But yeah, she all those shenanigans from 93 on, she was there. She was there. Like that's it. It was the ride or die. She was there. But Angie Stone, R.I.P.
Yeah, another rest in peace to Dwayne Wiggins. Toni.
Just as sure as my name is Dwayne.
So I saw an interview as I was researching stuff for this. Dwayne, so Raphael wrote that, and he said when Dwayne saw it, he he said if you notice on the song, he really get into that part in the music video and everything. Dwayne, y'all said my name, like he said even in the video, he extra in the video saying
I will never leave. Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, Dwayne, oh, okay," But it took a turn for the worse fast because they were saying online that he was sick, and then all of a sudden,
he's in hospice,
and then they was like 2 days later he's passed. Like, damn.
Yeah. And that makes you wonder. I mean, not to say that people's health can't fail fast, but they may not have revealed that he was sick until later on, when it got to a point where you couldn't hide that he was sick anymore.
Yeah.
And then think about that Toni tour too.
Yeah, that's what makes me think like that's had them all together.
Raphael was not trying to do that. Was just in 2023, right?
Or 24?
Or no, in 2022. No, it was 2023. In the 2023 that tour they did, and it just popped up out of nowhere, and everybody was like, "Damn, the real Tony, not the Tony, and the other guy." Like the full real Tony was coming. Like, yeah,
the nigga singing Raphael parts.
Shout out to Vita. Vita sent me the thing, and I was like, that ain't the real Tony. Like when she sent me the flyer and everything, I was like, that's not the real Tony. Because I've been duped before in St. Louis at Ballpark Village, and it's like, yeah, the whole Tony gonna be there. And I went to the stage like, Raphael Sadiq does not have a bald head. I don't know what's going on. I've been duped. And ever since then, I was like, no Raphael, no D. No Raphael, no D. And they did that tour together. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. And I hope it didn't. I hope it did. One thing is, I hope that they were to get closure as a group by doing that last tour. Because if this would have happened and Raphael never got back with them, do that final tour with them, maybe, I don't know where, it gives you a better mental space to be like, dude, we went back out on tour together. We hadn't been on tour in 20 some years together. We did that shit. We only did 8-9 cities, but we did.
Yeah, it's
what's your favorite Tony song?
Mine is probably Lay Your Head on My Pillow.
Ooh.
I was just
I think it feels good.
Ooh. Good. Now I
had that tape. Grant got me that tape.
So there's an argument that's out there on the interwebs that says that Tony technically has the first New Jack Swing song, not Teddy Riley.
I would have thought
it feels good, like that little Hey Little Walter and all them songs they were saying.
All I know is that it worked out and then they worked it in. Tony has done it again.
Mine is Anniversary, just because it's 7 layered song. It's like literally you can strip down Anniversary, and like you got the background vocals, you have the instrumentation, you have.
Are they the only artist group with an anniversary song?
Oh shit! Everybody's got a wedding song.
Everybody got wedding and come back, break up and make up songs. They the only ones that got like, let's celebrate an anniversary.
Hold on, let me go. You know what, Scott?
Because me and my wife, we just celebrated our anniversary, and we was just talking about
that. I'm trying to find some other song. You only got one song you can play for your anniversary.
Or you can either play Anniversary, or unless you got, the Zach and Kelly, you have a song. The couple have a song,
Okay.
Which we do have a song.
So Charlie Wilson dropped a song called Our Anniversary in 2013. That is the only other.
It wasn't no Tony.
Yeah. So there's a playlist that someone made, but none of these songs I'm seeing on here are like anniversary songs.
I don't think there's anything that's like
We've Been Married
that are explicit anniversary, right? Like you got like with that, the song's about the song's called Anniversary versus a song where you kind of like, if you dig into the lyrics, this is what he's talking about, right? Yeah. But I'm trying to think, because there is a R&B song that's I'm not going to say recent, but last 20 years or so, where the guy mentions celebrating this day. What the fuck is the song? That's gonna drive me crazy.
You said what you saying?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Drive me insane.
Is it a duet? Is it the married couple? What's it?
No, it's not that. It's not that.
Okay,
it's not,
that's what I'm thinking about.
It's not that, but it's a man. It's a man singing it. Who the? Oh. That's gonna drive me insane.
Tony.
Next year, let's call this day our anniversary. That's Jesse Powell.
Jesse Powell.
You. So I had to think. I'm like, I'm not crazy. But that's not an anniversary song. Yeah. Like I just had to think about it. Like I said, no, someone's like this talking about let's call this day our anniversary. Next year, let's call this day our anniversary. The day, blah, blah, blah. So they might be the only niggas that do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, there's everything else is a love song. Let's get married. You're my I love you with everything. And
Stevie Wonder got Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
What?
Like there's songs about like staying in love, but not like, hey, we've been together,
celebrating your anniversary. Yeah. Like you can play this at like your grandparents' 50th anniversary.
Right. No, you ain't got none of that. I mean, I don't think white people got it either. Or
but but white people jam to black R&B though.
They do. They do.
There's some things that they definitely jam to, but then also you get them a little soft rock in there.
Yeah, the yacht rocks, the soft rock.
Yeah, there's some songs out there that you can go ahead and put on and
so if you're mentioning soft rock, I mean yacht rock, someone emailed and asked, where does Genesis and Phil Collins fit into? They had heard our show on yacht rock. Where does Genesis and Phil Collins as we transition?
That's not yacht rock. That's not yacht rock.
That's an adult contemporary.
Okay.
It's adult contemporary. It's adult contemporary. Because then it depends. Because like there's a specific sound, right? Like I said, that sound. And actually, where's my shirt at? Somebody bought me a yacht rock shirt, and mailed it to me. So, but there's there's that Steely Dan, Doobie Brother, like there's that, like I said, that tree, and it just kind of comes down. There's a sound that's in there.
Look at the heavy drums that Genesis had. Is that what it differentiates?
There's some, like I said, it's. I mean, I definitely adult contemporary, definitely soft rock, not necessarily like, and it's weird that there is that difference, like of that.
I kind of put it in there with that.
For me, it's all soft rock, but
like the Tears for Fears or something. I kind of put it in that generation.
That's that next generation. Tears for Fears.
So Genesis, and then because I'm like Studio, that's not soft rock.
No,
like it's not like it's
in the air tonight. Soft rock,
80s,
adult contemporary.
Yeah, but it's the heavy drums though. It's them heavy drums.
I think it is that heavy drums. I think
even in Sister Studio, that Phil Collins was a drummer. Like that's them heavy drums. Studio. That's heavy drums. And like I think Yacht Rock doesn't have his heavy drums.
Now you got me all amped up.
Now Yacht Rock, you
got me all amped up with Phil Collins now.
Phil Collins is a G. Phil Collins is a G. All right, Kanye West has been wilding out, y'all. And then he dropped the album tonight too. I don't know if y'all saw, called Bully. I've not heard it.
The last album that Kanye dropped, in my opinion, was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's it. Like I said, Yeezy, I did listen to Yeezy once or twice, and unfortunately, it's on my damn iPod that's in the car. But that's great CrossFit music. The Yeezy album is great CrossFit music. The people who do CrossFit in those gyms, those workout movies, and then think of some of the action movies, think of some of the trailers you've seen. You hear some of the songs from Yeezy on there, or from Yeezus on there. But other than that, I can't tell you any other thing that he's done. So he had 6 albums. Well, I always say he had 5 amazing albums, like back to back, just boom, 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 boom. Then if you want to count Yeezus, that's fine, because again, there's a commercial value to that. That again, there's play with that. But other than that, I'm not doing all of that. And
you didn't do Life of Pablo. You didn't do Life of Pablo.
I can't tell you
Life of Pablo.
I can't tell you nothing about it at all. I don't have an opinion on it because I didn't even attempt to go. Because at that point, I mean, he's always been off the wall, right? Like, we're not going to pretend that but it had finally, at that point, it was like, okay, what is up with you? The hell's going on with you? Like, no, this ain't Grief is one thing. Personal accountability is another. And what I will say in regards to grief and trauma is that when you experience trauma, it can mess with your brain. Like it literally can split your brain. Like it's weird to say it that way, but it can literally split your brain. And I fully understand that. However, there's also such thing as using it as an excuse, and you cannot continue to alienate people, alienate yourself, say these things out loud and not expect consequences for what you're saying, or be like, oh, people just don't understand me, or people just keep saying he ain't been the same since his mama died. Donda's been gone a long time. And he was still okay. Let's put that out there. Like, yes, Donda did pass and that did affect him. We're not going to say that it didn't, but he was still okay after she passed.
I agree. Yep.
Okay. Like quit pretending that's not true. So now it's the reality of that. Then he's like, okay, he's bipolar. He's not taking his medication. Most bipolar people don't take their medication. Most people who are manic depressive take their medication for a little bit and then decide that they don't need it anymore and they stop taking it. That's studied. You can look that up, that most people end up stop taking their medication because of that reason. Or they don't feel like themselves because they're used to how they normally are, or possible weight gain. And then I think I recently read that his wife or whatever was like, I've seen bipolar and I don't think you're bipolar. So he gets tested and now he's autistic. Okay, fine. I'll go with that. Fine. All right. That's still not an excuse. It can be an explanation, but not an excuse. So now that you know that you have autism, what happens next? Now what? That's just it. We're just gonna be like, oh, well, I'm autistic. So now what?
Oh, I can do this.
Right. So like now that you know that you have autism, are you going to seek help? Are you going to speak to someone? Are you speaking with doctors or clinicians or anyone that can help you with it? Like,
he's not. We know
he's not, because he's not. Because it's easier to give the excuse and then play victim. And his tweet, I saw the tweet.
Yeah, I don't want to like explicit. I mean, we could talk about it in general, but I don't want to even reread that tweet because it's just so vile, and like I don't want to put nobody kids in the mix and none of that stuff though. Because I know if somebody was talking about my daughter like that, I gotta go fight this nigga. Like, and I'm not even. I'm not saying I'm not no tough guy or nothing like that.
Yeah, but I gotta see
somebody talking about Xander Asada like that. I gotta come see you, dog. I gotta see you, dog. Dude, Scott, dude, somebody talking about Christian like that, dude.
You gotta see him.
And like I said, I'm not no tough guy. Like, I'm not no street guy, but I gotta come see you, dog.
Yeah.
Listen, me and Brandon will ride for Christian. Okay, like we are his biggest fans. Like we are like, I tell Brandon Christian stories all the time. I just told him about the dinner thing the other day, and he was like, "I have told you he needs his own YouTube channel. Where do I donate? What do I need to do?" Like we are fans. Like I don't play about people's kids in general. Like I always say, leave the kids out of it. Like period. Like leave kids out of things. And what I will specifically state is that for you to go after these children, go after Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids, and say what you said in the cause of why, whatever, but your children were delivered by a surrogate, were carried by a surrogate.
Only the first two are
two of them. The first two.
However many of them?
Yeah.
Half
and half. Half his own.
Right. So how do you think that works? Like, how do you what science do you think was used for the so unless you had sex with the surrogate?
Hey, what Robin Harris say? Oh, test tube, baby.
Oh, test tube, baby.
So and then No, just no. Like, sir, no. And then, but I will say this. His apology is totally a Stacey apology of the whole, like, I didn't take it down because I'm a good person. I took it down because I don't want them to take away my account. That is absolutely a Stacey apology.
Oh no, but did y'all see his list of like all the people that he is that is betrayed him? That shit is longer. Jesus had less people that betrayed him.
I didn't think it was real at first when I saw it. I thought it was
he has a full list. It's basically everyone that's ever been in, like, his friend. Dude, and he's shitting on Virgil. Virgil's passed away.
Yeah.
Like, that man only talked about him reverently, but when he was, here in his world, I think he might have his second grade teacher on there or some shit on that list. Like, they didn't believe in me. Fuck them too.
I'm trying to let me see.
Yeah, it's a long list.
I'm trying to see if I can get a wait a minute. I'm in pain that no one can fix. I would just goddamn fucking pop-ups. That's what you get for taking your pop-up blocker off, trying to do something. Virgil, John Legend, Kim, Trav, Cardi, Big Sean, Jay-Z, Ty, Dirt, Common, Cudi, Pusha, Don C, Amber, the Kardashians, Adidas, Demina, now look at me. Demna / Balenciaga, my own kids, my own family, the Black community. And of course, I don't want to get canceled for saying this one. People who practice the Sabbath on Saturday
and wear yarmulkes.
They wear yarmulkes and practice and have bar and bar mitzvahs.
Yeah. Now,
I'm in pain. I'm
going to be conspiracy theorists here now. There's one person he didn't mention on that. Two people he didn't mention on that list. That it makes sense why he didn't. Who? Consequence and what's my other boy from Atlanta, man? Fuck. I just had him in my head. Sahai. Why are those two people not mentioned on here?
Would they write for him?
There you go. Those his main two writers are the people that because he didn't say that they betrayed him.
Did he say Travis Scott?
Yeah, he says Trav.
Oh, he said Trav. Okay.
Yeah. But it's still, you gotta understand the two people that write his lyrics are the two people that everybody else has been betrayed him, but the two people that write for him are the people that are okay.
He is the equivalent of, well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions coming back to get me. I don't deal with the Kardashians. I don't at all whatsoever. I've never understood any of that at all.
Ray J for that.
Right. Before he married, I never understood the appeal. I never got it. You chose. You sought after.
No, he left like 2 or 3 dope Black women to get to her.
You sought after her. You wrote songs talking about how you wanted her. You got her. You married her. You had 4 kids with her. And now you mad.
Slavery was a choice.
Now you're mad. And he was complaining the other day about the kids. Right, bruh, that part. This is a choice that you literally made. That if nothing else, that was a plan. That was a planned decision. Again, you sought after this woman. You wanted her. You chose her and married her, had children with her, 4 of them. You can accidentally have 1.
Oh.
What if DOC never got into that car accident? What if Ice Cube didn't leave NWA? What if the Game never leaves G-Unit? What if Teddy Riley never moves to Virginia? What if we got that J. Cole and Kendrick album? What if the RZA would have never had that flood? How would the hip-hop world sound today? Welcome to Hip Hop What Is, the podcast where we dive into the biggest what could have beens in hip hop history. From iconic album delays to game-changing partnerships that never happened. We reimagine the culture we love and explore its alternative paths. And you are now at Hip Hop What Ifs.
You know, you accidentally you
well, trauma surrogates, I mean, and that's even more intentional when you wouldn't go,
that's
go to a
extra
place.
intense, right? That's
I gotta
even
go.
more.
I gotta go into a cup, and then your egg has to be there, and we have to. Yep.
Even more intentional. And now you're mad. Or I saw something the other day about she has the kid's name trademarked, and then he's like, "You trade these white people could trademark my black children's name." Okay, like sorry that you didn't get in on the trademark. Like, and I think I saw something where Kim was like, I literally asked him about doing it and he was fine with it. And again, I'm sure that all happened when they were together, that's when it was. And now it's the reality of he can't, like, because I think there's a song on the album that has North and R. Kelly or something on there.
No, it's Diddy. It's Diddy.
Or Diddy. Okay,
it's
thank
on
you.
Diddy.
It's some nigga that's in jail. One of them.
one of these niggas is locked up.
One of them jail niggas is in there. So, and she doesn't want it, so she's putting a stop to it. So now he's all mad about that. But again, it's like my own kids. Your own kids have betrayed you. They're not even that old.
I think one of them was like 5 or 6, right?
They're
like,
not old enough to betray you.
It be your own people.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if Martin Sheen tells me that Emilio Estevez has betrayed him, okay, your child is old enough
to betray
you. Some of your kids ain't old enough to spell betray. You know, so my own family. I'm sure, again, all them aunties that he talked about on Rose, there's so many aunties.
The auntie team.
I've been saying for years, where are the aunties? Where are the aunties? I've been saying that for years. Everybody's like, he needs his mom. Where all his family at? And I'm like, where the aunties at?
They on that list. They on that list.
Now they on the list. Where are the aunties? Ain't no way you got that many aunties.
Or was he one of those kids that nobody liked though? Like the aunties were there, but it was like that's Don the kid that we don't.
Kanye coming over here.
I think
be nice to him.
You know?
I honestly think that at some point there was Kanye got too full of himself and started breaking away from people. It's what did Torre say when he was talking about Diddy? And he was like, how you start pushing away the people who would tell you that something is wrong, right? Who would tell you that's what's wrong, right? You stick with the yes men and the people who would contradict you or say, no, I don't think that's a good look, blah, blah, blah. Now they're haters and you're pushing them away and you're distancing yourself from them. And I fully believe that absolutely started happening with Kanye, is that he started surrounding himself with more yes men and people that were trying to have his back or trying to help him are the ones who pushed him away, like that he pushed away. And those yes men are in his ear like, oh, nigga, you don't need all that shit. And another thing about mental illness is when that brain splits up, whatever it is. So whether he has, he possibly has PTSD. And people think, when they think of PTSD, they think about being in war in Iraq and all of that, and don't realize that you can have PTSD for many other reasons. But there's that. It's hard to talk about it because people will think like, oh, the nigga hearing voices. There's a voice in your head, right? We all have a voice in our head, right? Whether it's your conscious or whatever, there's a voice in your head that's telling you certain things, right? There's a voice in your head that is telling you this ain't this, or you not this, you're not that, or blah, this person ain't good for you, blah, blah, blah. And you can try to ignore it. But if there's someone on the outside who's reiterating that shit to you, now it's like, so again, if you're somebody, if you, let's say that you're someone who struggles with depression, and there's that voice in your head that is telling you that you're not good enough, you're worthless, you're this is and the other, and you are around people who say those same things to you, right? That now has, so even if you try to ignore that voice in your head, there's outside influences that are confirming that you ain't shit, you ain't good enough, you're this is and the other. So now it's like, well, hell, maybe I ain't shit. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not this is another. So it goes.
Let me ask you this, Stacey, though, in the same scenario with in general with people, is it like, so when people like let's say like if someone tells you like, man, that person is jealous of you, and then sometimes you can start thinking like, let me start thinking about, so every little thing they do, you start thinking like, oh, they are jealous of me, even though it may not be totally true at all, but now your antennas are super highly intent on the idea of, oh, they're just because someone else put that in your head and put that in the front of your brain.
Yeah.
Is that a similar thing for Kanye?
It's
like
very similar. Very
similar. All the little cats in Chicago is you don't need to keep them around you. All they want to do is just get your beats and just ride your coattails.
Yep. Same, very similar. Very, very, very similar. And but the downfall is that for a normal person, right, who doesn't have any mental issues, they may be able to easily get out of that, right? Like, like, oh, I need to change my mentality. I need blah, 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 right? You might be able to listen to 2 songs and be like, nigga, I was tripping. I forgot I'm that nigga. But when you do have mental health issues and there's a chemical imbalance and all of that, there's nothing to break that thought process. And even if you are going to therapy, are you bringing it up in therapy? Are you mentioning it? Because some people go to therapy and talk about, apples, but they really need to be fucking talking about oranges. Right? So there's no one can help Kanye but himself.
He's unfixable at this point, right? Like,
I don't think anyone's unfixable. I mean,
in this current state.
Yeah, I think no one can fix him but himself. And it's the whole Kanye needs help. People have tried to get him help. Kim tried to get him help. Like, you can talk shit about Kim. Like I said, I'm not a Kardashian fan, but she is the mother of his 4 children. When he was fucking really losing it, she was still there by his side. She tried to get him help. People have tried to get him help. And I promise you, most of the people that are on this list have tried to help him. But now he doesn't trust them anymore. Now they have betrayed him. When it's somebody, he would let them, they went to his house and he wouldn't let them in. Like he was trying to,
It was, who was it?
I forgot. Yeah. I heard the story.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember who it was. Let me Google this shit.
Well, yeah. So now that person is an enemy, right?
Let's see. I'm trying to look now. It's giving me some other stuff. When a house got broke into. Damn. Yeah, it's not giving. If I'm thinking of anybody, I'm wondering if was it Common or somebody like that? So I can see like somebody from Chicago. I can see John Legend being like, "Fuck this nigga" in general. That's just the disposition I get from him.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if is it Common? Is it like GLC? No, GLC probably said "fuck this nigga" a long time ago. So it's not GLC. GLC ain't paying for no flight to come out to the LA for him. I think the same thing with Rhyme Fest.
Rhyme Fest like doing politics now in Chicago, ain't he?
Yeah. He's like a councilman, I believe in the South Side.
I like Rhyme Fest.
Yeah, I went to see him. He opened up. I went to see Wu-Tang Clan in Chicago at the Congress Theater. He opened up, and I hadn't heard none of his music for real. This is 2006.
This one,
That
when
one album.
Brand New, when Brand New was out.
Exactly. Brand New's the only song I knew.
Yeah.
But then he did that song with him and ODB because ODB had just passed. ODB had just passed. So he did a song with ODB, and then the song with Kanye. There was another song with Kanye he's got on there that's pretty dope. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to cop this Rhyme Fest album. And it was a decent album. Did you find anything, Stacey? Nothing.
No, I'm looking like it's because there was something else I was reading earlier, and it was someone in the comments mentioned it.
It was an article overall.
It's like so, and that's what made me remember that it did happen. I just don't remember who the hell it was, and of course, I'm never gonna remember where the hell I saw the post. But it is that whole look. Somebody again, people have tried to help. Like I said, even as in what just pulled up was a People magazine article about Kim had been trying to get Kanye help for weeks when he was out in Wyoming. She tried to get out there. So again, like I'm not. We can talk about the Kardashian curse and all of that, blah, blah, blah. But it is very hard to be with someone who is dealing with mental illness or having breakdowns. And this is coming from someone who struggles with mental illness and has had breakdowns. The police have come to my home because family and friends have sent people here for wellness checks to the point of, I'm like, do not send the police to my house again. I will leave. I think the last time they did, or time before last, after the police came to my house twice that day. And then I left. I actually left the state for a while. And so there's a whole thing with that. But it's very hard on your family and friends when they don't know what's going on with you. And that's something that I recognize. So it's again, whatever the reason for the divorce, she tried. Yeah, no matter what, even whether he cheated on her, who knows what, I don't know what the final reason was, but dealing with someone who is struggling with mental health issues and having breakdowns and meltdowns and all of that, and you don't know what they're going to do. And then you have small children.
That's the killer.
That's the other part of it, is that you have small children. And because of that, you're terrified if he's driving with them in the car. If he decides that I'm going to stop short on the highway and the kids are in the car, right? Like legit, if you go to an emergency room and tell them that you are having suicidal thoughts, they will immediately take you back because they don't know if you are going to take yourself out and everyone in the waiting room with you. You immediately get to go back. Ask me how I know. So just saying, there's a lot that goes into it. So the fact that she stayed all of that time, because he wasn't right in the head the whole time. He ain't been right in the head, for a long time.
For a long time.
Hell, legit, really, when they got together, he wasn't right.
I'm saying when they got back officially, when they were officially together, yeah.
Yeah, when they were officially got together, he wasn't right. So no one can help him but himself. He has to make the decision to get help, as well as continue on with the continued help. So just going one time don't work, right? You can't just go one time and be like, all right, they got me, they cured me, they gave me some meds and sent me back home. No, there's a process. He's going to have to really spend some time with some at a facility. People, they were like, oh, they're going to rehab and all of that. He needs to be in a facility like that. Or because what you don't want to happen is for them to put him in a facility where he's not able to walk around freely. Mm-hmm. Because mental health hospitals, the real mental health hospitals, not the nice ones, you are on lockdown.
What they call psych wards.
Yeah, a psych ward. It's like a jail. Seriously. And they were literally, psych wards were modeled after prisons. They're like prisons. It's horrible in there. The worst part is that movies like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah. Yep. And it's the reality of when you crazy as hell, but you ain't the craziest person there.
And then you start tripping off of it, like, okay.
And you looking around like, okay, I know that I'm fucked up, but
this is some different shit.
This nigga is over here playing in his poop, and ain't nobody.
Yeah,
I gotta get up out of here. This ain't. So yeah, he do better checking himself in somewhere. And I mean, nigga, do a 6-month stay. You got the money.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those great places that have that type of care are very expensive, and a normal person can't afford them.
You got the bread.
You absolutely got the bread for it. Go. Like, take your ass there.
We're talking about someone as something. This is going to cause controversy on the podcast. We already talked about it a little bit. I'm going to play the video. Let's go.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. I didn't understand it. I still don't. And it hurt me. So I was just trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. You can't read someone else's mind. You can't figure them out. They got to figure themselves out. So I was like, let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA because it's getting ready to be fire in Vegas. You need to come back. I love LA, so I said okay. And he said that I could stay with him, and so I was like, okay. But you have a dog, I have a dog. Do we have? And he's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you.
So I only took a certain clip from this because it's a lot more to it. It just gives you this lays the landscape for you. Hearing her voice with it. She goes on to say that she's been homeless for 3 years. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Been living in her car for 3 years.
Left her parents' house in 2020?
I got a conspiracy theory about this. I think she's mad that she saw Maxine get back with the original En Vogue, and it was a big pop at the All-Star game. Everybody I saw was online that was like,
how long was Max out the group?
Max been out since we was in high school.
Since early the 90s.
Early 2000s, maybe, I believe. Maybe 2000. I'm going to throw out there 2002. In my mind, like 2001, 2002. I know Don left after Don't Let Go, which is, what year is that?
96.
For the 96, 97 for the
Set It Off
soundtrack. That's her last time in there. So she hasn't been in Vogue in almost 30 years herself. But they did the reunion thing on the BT Awards with Alicia Keys. They all did that together. But I'm talking about where they've been like performing together since Don't Let Go 97. And maybe I don't know. I mean, this has always been weird with me with her with Dawn because the Lucy Pearl situation, Raphael and Ali Shahida, like, yo, she was kind of wilding, like we didn't know what to do. In Vogue, she just jumps out the window and is like, I'm out, with not, going through some things. I don't know what's going on. Y'all go. I'm sorry. I'm just rambling now.
The nails look good though for a homeless woman. That hair looks silky fine.
Let me tell you something. That's silk pressed better than mine. And I've been in my house all day. and room temperature control. Right. I got air conditioning. I got the fan going on in here because I'm over 40. I've been in the house all day. I had it wrapped up and then I unwrapped it to start this. Yes, there are people who live in their cars and that work. People there that literally is the what do they call them? I don't want to say the working homeless. It's not that. There's a specific term.
Let me see.
There are people who do work and are living in their cars because they can't afford rent.
Like a nomad.
Yeah, it's not nomad, but no, it's like it's not working homeless, but it's like something along those lines. Like it's 2 words, but the
unsheltered homeless, unsheltered homeless, car dwellers, vehicle dwellers, and hidden homeless are the terms that pop up when I put that in.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I wanted a fancier term. Maybe I wanted something fancier. But again, there are people who literally are working 40 hours a week and are still living in their cars. So it's not improbable to think of that, right? Like that can happen. It does happen. Like life happens to people. Dawn Robinson, according to People magazine, her former husband is offering her a job after her revelation that she's been living in her car for the past 3 years.
Okay.
Andre Allen, who was married to her from 2003 to 2010, told TMZ on March 13th that he is offering her a position in hospitality, the industry in which he currently works. After performing as a member of R&B group, for example, solo artist and working as a songwriter for multiple years, Allen told TMZ that he left the music world and found success elsewhere. He is now extending an invitation to Robinson to work for the Hilton.
I'm gonna say it sounds like a housekeeping job.
Allen said he previously offered the opportunity to Robinson and that it includes free medical from day one and PTO to juggle her career. He thinks her charisma and personality would be a fit for sales. He claimed he claimed
corporate sales then to get people to book conferences.
What'd you say?
So corporate sales though to get people to book their conferences stuff.
Speaking of that, so that
it ain't housekeeping, Scott. Scott said it sound like housekeeping.
I'm gonna say she done got a job at the King's Towers. She finna be like fancy.
Oh shit! Oh my god! But no, the reality is though, like she could, like so for a job in sales, she absolutely could have a great role in helping to book talent, to all of that. Like with hospitality, people think of like just working the front desk. No, there's a lot of things that you can do when it comes to that. Booking getting those conventions, all of that, seeking out sponsorships, etc.
For instance, you're going to your Delta convention in DC, her trying to reach out to some people to try to get people booked in there that's coming to the convention for your sorority.
Exactly. Like that's exactly it. Like every D9 fraternity or sorority has a national convention. Q's got conclave, Kappa's got the whatever the Kappas call it. Like everybody got something. Like it literally just left my mind that quick what they call it. But everybody has their convention and it is planned years in advance. Like I knew that we were going to DC early last year, but I know that they'd already been planning that. I'm sure right now they're already planning for 2027. Yep. So with that being in mind, again, you have to reach out to these hotels. We have, I think, when we had our regional conference here in Fort Worth, we had 13. No, I don't know. I take it back. It's like 20 something hotels blocked for the Southwest region, and that's just Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. Oh, and I think Jamaica.
Think about how dope would it be, Stacey, if Don Robinson was your sales rep and was and greeted y'all. Hold on, sister.
There's so much into it. Like, and then there when you have the honorary members, when they are inducted, they are usually celebrities or people of high profile. So again, there's so much. Like there's a career, like the hospital, like the fact that you can get a degree in hospitality and tourism. That's not just because that's not for you to work at the front desk. You may start there. You just got out of school, that's maybe your first role, but you will you can go you go out, right? So
he's giving the sales though, Stacey.
Huh?
She was skipping all that. She was going straight to sales.
That's what I'm saying. So as I'm saying, like it's a serious career. Like it really is. That like I was just saying, like it's a valid suggestion. And so Allen claimed to have previously loaned friends in the music industry money and shared concern for Robinson possibly living in poverty. And that's what I'm sitting here thinking. I'm like, wait a minute. So y'all was married to 2010. Girl, where's your alimony check? Because all my exes send me money.
And you in California?
I'm just saying, listen, okay, there are exes right now that I can still call and get an oil change.
How long you gotta be married to get alimony? What, 10 years?
No, it depends on it really
depends on the state.
It depends. It honestly depends possibly on the state that you live in. California is a community property state. So if there was depending on if there was a prenup or not, what was listed in there. But I'm just saying, girl, where's your, you know me, I am all about getting an alimony check. Like I joke about it all the time. Girl, get your alimony check or something like shit. But the messed up part is that she probably would have had to pay him alimony.
Because she had the royalties, she had all that stuff going on.
Well, but then there's the other part of this is that apparently they weren't getting paid a lot. They had a horrible contract, and MC Hammer.
And that's another thing, though. MC Hammer's manager was trying to,
so she
plug them back in.
All I know is, I wish the hell, like I said, there's only one ex that I really can't stand and hate. Right, there's only one of them. But even with that, like I can't imagine having an ex-husband that I was with for 7 years allowing me to live in my car. Like unless we really, like, you really gotta not fuck with me. Right now, sure enough, it's some dudes out here who got baby mamas who they won't give her gas money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't giving that bitch shit.
There's some different type of dudes now.
You know what I'm saying? Some different type of some niggas out there, like, I ain't giving that bitch shit. I wish she would call last week for $20. I gave her $20 2 years ago. She still ain't gave me that money back.
$10 10 years ago.
Like, I can't imagine, again, being married to someone for 7 years. Again, I get it. We've been divorced since 2010. I got that. I get it. But I'm living in my car.
Does Don have any children?
No,
I don't believe so. He got a dog. Homeless people, no, they keep a dog. And you know why?
Because she said the dogs. She said our dogs didn't get along and all that.
Yeah, she's like, I got a dog, blah blah and blah blah. Yeah, people will feed the dog. People will make sure that your dog has food. They will make sure that your dog is comfortable, is not hot. So you do get a little bit. It's crazy to say that. I've always said dogs got more rights than black folks do. But yeah, he said he's saying, hey girl, come get this job.
Look, I'm not with you. It's all good. I'm hooking you up. Do what you got to do to get yourself together. Now,
I done fired 4 chicks in the last 2 months.
and also, okay, again, look, you and your mama, you was getting on your mama nerves and all of that. You ain't been back? Because I've lived with Brenda twice since I've been an adult. Like, I've gone back home. I had to go back home twice. Sometimes you got to go back home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
it shouldn't be a shameful thing at all, though. But as a parent, you should be able to have your kids back to better help them get back right. That's only in black people that we be like, no, you can't never come back home.
Yeah, like when I first left home, I promised myself I would never ever go back ever. And I would say this: if my by the time I went back home, my mother was a divorce at that point. So if she would not have been divorced, if she was still married, I would not have gone back. Mm-hmm. I would have absolutely lived in my car. Like, easily. I would have rather have lived in my car than go back to that house. But and my mother told me the same thing to my grandma. She said that my grandmother told her, sometimes you got to go back home. And she's like, if I have a house, you got somewhere to stay. And like, now it ain't you ain't gonna live here for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? But if you need to be here for a minute to get something together, figure it out. Yeah. Girl,
y'all think this is cap? I mean, Scott, you kind of alluded to it, saying them fingernails looking real good. But then Stacey on the other side said you can be what was it called? I just looked up the homeless.
Like I said, there are people who literally are working 40 hours.
Like you can be a car dweller.
Yeah, like there are people who literally work 40 hours a week and cannot afford housing. So it's cheaper for them to live in their car. I want her to have like a RV or a van or something. Like if I would say this, if I'm going to decide if I'm going to live in my car, and I'm going to live this car life, right? Because she's telling people like, don't be afraid of the scariness and all of that. Okay, I'm going to try my best to get out. Give me an RV or something, like a little RV, just so it's a little bit more comfortable than just a smaller car. And especially with the RV, at least I have RV parks that I can park it.
Yep.
Right. Versus just being in my car. There are some places that you can't park there overnight. Yep. So it's actually kind of almost dangerous to live in your car like that. Right. And think about this, like, no matter what you have like in your car, anytime that you get out your car, like even now when I can't leave shit, you're not supposed to leave shit on your back seat because people will bust your windows. Right. So you have to kind of hide all of your stuff in your car. So yeah, I don't know what kind of car she has. Like there's that part. I have no idea. And I don't think she mentioned it.
Let's give her what kind of car is that?
So I mean, like she got an Escalade. Hey, look, she all right. Hell, if she got a town and country she living.
Hey, if she got that Telluride, she booming.
Oh, they were what kind of car.
But she's still tripping out what Raphael Sadiq owing her some money.
Yeah,
and Lucy Pearl, but Lucy Pearl only had the one album though, right? That was what, back in 2000?
Yeah, 2000, 2001, 2000. I think more 2000.
I was like in high school when that.
Yeah, like. The thing is, though, Dawn thought she was gonna be the shit though. Real talk. She thought she was gonna be
put it on YouTube, right? Do you understand that as long as I got a cell phone connection and some Wi-Fi and I can use this fucking camera, that I'm finna be YouTubing, TikToking, dance, all the shit. Bitch, I'm finna be an influencer or something. Like where there's a will, there's a way, right? Again, I don't know her full financial.
She still has a name. She still has a name. That Robinson still has a name. Now
her dog died. Her dog died.
Oh, recently. Oh, damn. Damn, the dog didn't die.
She says, I miss my family. I miss everyone I was connected to, but I need to do this alone. And I need to do this for me. Robinson added before revealing that her dog Max had died in the car.
Damn.
Shit.
Well, then go back to the homeboy crib that you was having arguments with her about the dog. You ain't got no dog no more.
I think it's like her former manager or something. She was
signed to Dr. Dre too. She was one of the first people to sign the Aftermath.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, she left the group
right after.
She left the group in '97.
Yeah, and she was signed to Aftermath early. Yeah. It was like her, Eve, RBX.
So she left right after their biggest hit.
Yeah, Don't Let Go.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what her bank account looks like, and then I'm not going to make assumptions, right? Because mine stay overdrawn. Write that down. But and then she's in Malibu.
Oh.
You're in a very expensive place. I
think she's from Oakland. She could drive back up to Oakland.
You can't even drive a Malibu in Malibu.
Police gonna pull you over real quick, ma'am.
What you doing over here?
What you doing here?
You can't even drive a Malibu in Malibu.
Take that shit back to Compton.
Hey, oh my God. Like, what if you at the fucking airport, you get out then she's your Lyft driver. Don Robinson is your damn Lyft driver.
That'd be kind of dope. I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna be like, hey, we finna have karaoke up in this motherfucker. You ain't gotta sing, but I'm gonna sing "Don't Let Go."
Like I said, I don't know.
I'm gonna sing your parts
again. Like I said, I make so many assumptions about everything. Again, I don't know. You've been in your car for 3 years. Like, wow.
All right, I have a confession. I am maybe getting into YN R&B or young nigga R&B as they're calling it. So the audio people may be able to hear this. YouTube is probably gonna block it, and we're gonna have to take it out. But I'm gonna play a couple of samples. I want the crew to discuss this and everything. Some of the young nigga R&B.
No.
Put a switch on me. You know I'ma aim it at you. Got a switch, got a Glock with a switch. Yeah, got a switch, got a Glock with a switch. That chopper hold 30 rounds in the mag. Them YNs gon' put you in a body bag. You can't run from them 7.62s, oh no. It ain't fun. Your body filled up with bullet holes. Your whole gang get hit with that Drake. I know how to slang that cake, slang that stick at the opposition. Them 223s ain't got no name.
Hold on, we got more.
And it's stuff. You know I'm with it. You not the same person, no lie. You started to give up. You gave up. At first you was with it. And then you changed your mind. Oh, that's why I have my Glock ready. My Glock be ready all night long. My Glock ready.
All right, one more, y'all. Love their
guns.
One more. Hold on. Where was my other one at? Hold on.
You keep in my clue, never know.
All right.
Man, the only reason they made these songs is so they could ride in the car with their mom. Because their moms didn't want to hear that. They didn't want to hear. They can hear the lyrics, but they want to hear today's shit.
Hold on. I didn't even think about this. So they want to be able to gang bang, or talk about their ops.
Yeah, you can't play them. You can't play them. You can't play them trap beats with grandma in the car, man. You gotta play them whispers. She don't care what you singing about as long as she can groove to it. She can't groove to them 808s and whatever you call it, snares and shit.
First thing tomorrow morning, I'm writing a strongly worded letter to Warner Brothers
to get this offline
in regards to the "Can We Talk" sample being used, because somebody needs to end this, and it might as well be me.
Hey, it's ridiculous. I don't even know guns like that, and they probably talking about all kind of like hood shit I don't even know about. Because you know your hood slang leaves you as you get older. You like, dude, I don't know.
Which is funny. That's how I used to feel at rap battles. Sometimes things would go over my head because I'd be like, I don't know what the hell. Let me write that down. I'm gonna have to look that up later or ask somebody because I don't know. I don't speak gun. Yeah. I'm not fluent in gun. I don't understand. I know that there are guns. I know there are bullets. I know there's a clip, a magazine, trigger. I know those things. Boom, gun go boom. I know that. Like I don't. That's all I got. These songs remind me of just like how I'll sit around and make up songs to other songs, but none of them involved guns. Nor I tried to release them for other people to hear, right? Like, you know, Aaliyah's If Your Girl Only Knew. I made a remix to that called If Your Hair Only Grew. You know? Like there's it, you know, Ain't Nothing But Some Burgers from Hardee's. I've made all kinds of songs in my lifetime, right? Yeah, I'm old. And I've just realized, I've just come to that conclusion that one day I woke up and I was old as hell. And you first realize it when you watch the MTV Awards and you don't recognize
you don't know anybody.
You don't know anybody. Like that's kind of like that first sign. It's like, wait, who the hell?
Now I feel like from Kings of Comedy with what Steve Harvey was like, I shoot you in your chest, I'll wet you. I want to be wet from making love.
I just one day, and I remember being when I was younger, like literally like in my 20s. So like, you know, in my 20s working at Citibank, and I had a coworker who was a little bit older than me, and I was like, she don't know nothing, like she don't know this, she don't know that, and I'd be like, oh my God, I do not want to be that person. I never know what's going on. And I have become that person. I also will say this, I don't have children. So a lot of things that people my age in their 40s that they may be aware of are because they have kids who might be teenagers. So they kind of have to keep up with certain things to ensure, you know, to know what their kids are up to, right? To know some of the songs and some of the artists. I don't know who none of these bitches and niggas are, and I don't want to.
Look, my daughter listens to Chapo Rose or whatever. She don't listen to no rappers. My
son is on the Tyler the Creator crave right now.
What's the Martinez girl? Damn it, she's got her poster on her wall. Some Martinez, it's a Hispanic young lady that's she got her first cussing album for her because she cussing on the album, you know, on the CD. It's got parental advisory.
Got the parental advisory.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I mean, shit, I was listening to cussing music at 8 years old.
I mean, shit, we was listening to NWA.
Yeah, I was like,
Stacey wasn't. Stacey was not.
Oh yeah.
All of my tapes came from Ventures.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
We talk about this all the time.
No.
So hold on.
Yeah,
so
Stacey wasn't listening to no nothing.
Like we've talked about this a million times.
I know, but
my grandmother purchased my music. She bought them at Ventures. She bought my tapes at Ventures.
Right. So you didn't hear "Creeping on a Come Up" unedited.
That's about middle school.
By then, I was in middle school. By then,
my daughter's in middle school. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
I don't know how old your kids are.
How old is your daughter?
Is like I'm sorry, there's only one. Like right, like I don't know. Like I'm like, why do I think
she's 11? She's 11 years old. Like so,
I totally. Well, you know what? When we started,
this, she was out then.
When she started this, we started this. She was younger. So like in my mind, she's 8. Yeah. Right, like she's like 8 years old. So so by the time Creeping on the Come Up came out, I did have that, but I was able to go, like I bought it.
Yeah,
like
you was what, like 13, 12, 13?
Yeah, so I was in middle school at that point. Creeping on the Come Up, and when East 1999 came out, I was able to go get those on my own. So, but like the prior to that, like again, the everything, like I said, so I had Heavy D and the Boys because Heavy D wasn't a cusser.
He's a safe rapper.
He was a safe rapper. So the album that has Girls That Love Me, I had that.
Oh wow, you have the first Heavy D and the Boys album?
I had that tape. I did. And then my grandma accidentally bought me South Central Cartels.
Oh shit.
Serving them heat?
It's so I think this is before the parental advisory label was on there. It had to be because there's no way she'd have bought it if she did. So she brings it home and she was like, here, like, so she brings home like my tapes and everything. I put it in my little boom box and I pressed play, and the cuss words that came out, I immediately stopped it, put it back in the thing, and I took it back to my grandma, and I said, I don't think I'm supposed to have this, because the fear was that, you know, again, you a kid, like, she's gonna think I did this. It's my fault some kind of way that I'm listening to cussing.
You snuck it in the house.
So, like, no, I gave that to her, and she's like, well, I said, they cussing. And she, go play it. Nope, no, ma'am. I shan't. Will not. I'm not playing it.
Is this In Gats We Trust album?
Wait a minute. Let me see if I see the.
Is on there.
Yeah, I see the album cover.
Yeah, like I gotta see the album cover. Oh, snap balls. Wait a minute.
Actually, You Gets Clown is on the album South Central Madness.
No, it had been before then. It would have been, if it wasn't that. Yeah, it might have been. It might have been. So it definitely wasn't In Gats We Trust. It had to be in South Central Madness, something like that. But I absolutely received a South Central Cartel album. And then I used to always joke about how eventually I was like, I said, oh yeah, well, the original, I said South Central Cartel was the original Havoc and Prodigy before Mobb Deep. Yep. And be like, how you know that? Don't ask.
They did a diss song against them too though in like 97, I think.
Yeah, so it definitely would have been January. That's about that lines up. So that came out January of 92. So I was
fourth grade. I was in third.
So I'd have been 10.
Yeah, I was 9.
Yeah, so yeah. So was not supposed to have that.
All right. So as we wrap up our news, Tao of Drew Hill has become a member of the group Intro that has not had a lead singer since the untimely passing of their lead singer, who wrote a whole bunch of stuff. Hold on, let me get my brother's name.
Was it Troy?
No. My boy, Kenny Green. So he's the one that wrote. He wrote for a whole bunch of people in the 90s.
Dropped an album in 30 years. That's not an exaggeration of time.
No.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Cut my check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And
Peace.
he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
No, their last album is in 1995.
That was the only album.
30 years right now.
Yeah.
At this point right now, it's 30 years. She's not lying. She's not lying. She's on point, like on the button.
I'm like, that's not an exaggeration of time. 30 years. Yeah. You know, Drew Hill, you know that one girl that can't keep a man.
Shut the fuck up.
Drew Hill can't keep members.
They can't keep a member.
I think Drew Hill.
Or did they try to make Drew Hill even bigger by like, hey, it's like the Borg. If you
let's add intro to Drew Hill.
right. It's like the Star Trek. If anybody watch Star Trek, the Borg, they go take over the people and bring them in by connecting to them and taking over their thing. Is Drew Hill the Borg? Where they like, hey, Tao, go over there, be in a group, then we could bring him in our group, and now we have 10 members. We got a choir now on stage.
My only request is that when this video is posted and this section is posted, is that we link the short
the original
Drew Hill,
yep,
and them rotating members, Woody leaving, and them replacing Woody with Playa, a whole group, and they just keep.
No, that's not how it went. It went Woody out, then they replaced him and brought back the one dude that was originally in the group before they blew up. That was on what is his name? Scola. They brought Scola back. Scola left. Woody went back Christian. He's gone. Then they bring Tao in. then Tao released, then
it doesn't
and then
matter.
Player minus static.
Doesn't matter. All day at this point, I'm waiting on somebody. Everybody's a free agent. I'm waiting on somebody to pick up H-Town.
Stacey, I think they trying to compete with New Edition.
But at least New Edition, it just has the same 6 niggas. Like at least it's just, and Bobby might be there, he might not be. You don't know.
Okay, good question that Scott brought up. Would you rather, if you Tao, would you rather sign an H-Town or Intro? if you talking about free agent signings now,
H-Town probably got more song. I don't know.
Now, but maybe Tao looked at like I have more free open reign because people love Dino and H-Town, and I can't never replace Dino. Kenny Green, people don't even know his name like that. I had to relook his name back up. Dino's name is known more off your head.
Hey,
maybe he thought he has more room in Intro to grow.
Hey, I just thought about this since we merged in groups. Let's just go ahead and merge 702 in total.
Might as well. You could. I do. I take it.
Hold on, stop. So y'all said we should start melding groups together that have lost members.
If you don't have no more than 10 hits combined, just merge them together.
Well, why not?
Or 15 hits.
Or even if you got more than that. Look, we could add some people to Blackstreet. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Just put Guy and Blackstreet together, period.
I'm just saying.
Black Guy.
With Rex and Effects for a little razzle dazzle.
Right. So Black Guy Rex. The name of the group. And keep that all together. And that's a one group.
Like how how the Temptations keep changing members because the originals it's only one original still living.
Yeah,
and now everybody is coming to see Otis.
Yeah.
I've thought about that for years of like, ain't nobody came to see Otis, but Otis the only one still alive.
Otis the only one they seeing.
So would you rather join Intro or H-Town at this point if you're a Tao and you're a free agent? Both of them are a 2-man group. I didn't know Intro was even thinking about coming back as a group.
I feel like they weren't.
Yeah.
Like they wasn't touring.
It's been 30 years.
I didn't even know that was a possibility.
He called somebody's landline. Do you understand me? A landline was called. And y'all just like to upset me on this podcast. Like I just don't understand. This upsets my mind in ways I can't understand.
Because Kenny Green can sing. Kenny Green can sing too, man. He was a good fucking singer. And he wrote most of them songs on the first Mary album.
Mm-hmm.
Because he died in like 2000 or something, I think.
I thought he died in the 90s.
2000 or something from AIDS.
Look, bring Silk and Blackstreet together. Silk is street.
Let's just throw High Five and Soul for Real in the mix.
Look here.
Now we're talking about hold on now. You can say some shit on this here podcast today, Scott.
You said High Five and who?
Soul for
Real. High Five lost their lead singer, and that was it. There was that.
No.
They went solo.
Take Soul for Real's lead singer and just put him in a group, and he can do both shows. Like they tour together, but he got to perform in both groups. What's the? But
the thing is, it's Soul for Real. Some of the other brothers they sang too,
right? But he got to perform in both groups though.
Stacey,
the youngest in Soul for Real.
Stacey, this one's for you. I'm gonna throw Subway and Mista.
Now,
Mista Subway.
Mista Subway.
Hold on.
A Subway comma
with a Jason Weaver opening act.
Listen, now we getting somewhere. Now you're talking my language. Now, because people look, Blackberry Molasses was the shit, but the other song, Lady, was
good too. Lady was hard.
Lady was hard, and we don't talk about that song enough. I'll allow it. The thing is, but can you get Bobby Valentino? Does Bobby Valentino think he's too big for that? You know, he out here hanging out with Ray J.
And him and Ray J and Pretty Ricky and all them in the group. Ain't
Ray
they
J,
trying to form a super
Sammy,
group?
and somebody else was trying to make a super
Yeah,
group.
after they did the verses.
They was trying to make the Justice
Better
League.
group is the Subway Mista group. It's
Call him
way
the Injustice League.
Subway, Mista.
Yeah, Mista Subway.
Mista Subway.
Call him Mista Subway.
Mista Subway.
Open. Look, it's open. All right, our last section of the show, we revisited albums. This is the Jesus Christ, we're getting old. The 30th anniversary of Tupac's Me Against the World.
Ooh.
What I will tell anyone is that to hear Me Against the World and then to hear All Eyes on Me, you are dealing with two different Tupacs. And it's that what makes, I'm not gonna say it makes you sad, but when you have the younger generation, when they hear about Tupac, probably the first album that they're going to hear is All Eyes on Me.
All Eyes on Me.
They're not going to know about the three other albums before. And so again, there's a big reason why All Eyes on Me blew up. One's double album, two, the beef with him and Biggie. Like there was so much that was going on, but you were not dealing with the same mentality of the person who made me Against the World. But some of that mentality comes back in later Tupac albums or the posthumous ones that were released, or like the song like Changes was absolutely something that he made way before like All Eyes on Me. But Me Against the World was, I did have this album, and literally all I did was just listen to So Many Tears. Like
it bangs though. So Many Tears bangs.
As a 13-year-old dealing with teenage angst, and even to this day, like that song is everything for me. Like the third verse, now I'm lost and I'm weary, so many tears, I'm suicidal, so don't stand near me. My every move is a calculated step to bring me closer to embracing early death. So it just hits.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no mercy.
What about P.D. Scott?
Yeah,
I'm about to go to peace.
That me, like you said, to me that was his best like piece of work, like art wise, just album, like song together, like the Dear Mama. That's like everybody playing that. You got the Mother's Day song.
That is the Mother's Day song, and Brenda loves that song. She loves that. I have to, if I make her a video, little montage on Mother's Day, that song better be in the background.
And one thing on Temptations was on there, wasn't it?
Yeah, we gonna go through.
I remember the video because Ice-T was like working the hotel.
Yeah.
And you see him kind of being silly and stuff. You've never seen Ice-T kind of being silly.
Right.
Yeah, I remember, and the crazy thing is this album was so good, and Pac was locked up this whole album.
Yeah.
He's not on any of these videos.
Yeah, it's at this time. So yeah, he's not in the videos because he's locked up. And then just thinking about this album coming out and thinking about that Vibe cover with him on it. Was it Vibe or was it Rolling Stone?
It's Vibe.
When he in the straight jacket.
He doesn't have a shirt on. Is it Rolling Stone or Vibe? It's a cover.
He has an interview with what's my dude from Real World?
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, it was that magazine, like essentially that's when he was again, it's that same time frame of like the cases out there, all of that. So there was just so much that was happening in that moment, in that time. And again, this came out in 95. So like and then the next year, 96, you get All Eyes on Me. So you're still listening to this. You're still listening to So Many Tears.
It's a Kevin Powell interview.
Yeah. Like you're still listening to this song, like these songs. And you're like, man, this is like, wow, this is so deep. And like you hear like literally that pain that's in him, right? And then the All Eyes on Me comes out and it's California Love, and it's like, okay.
A little bit more jiggier.
California Love drops, and of course you need the hype song for the people.
Yeah, the welcome home. You out, you fresh out of jail.
Cool. Like, out on bail. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's out on bail, fresh out of jail. Hey, we got it, cool. But then you press play on the CD. I won't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't want to fuck with me. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me fit again. I won't. Oh my God. Like, wait a minute. Like, this is. Not to say that he never, would say shit like that before, but it's a completely. It's a 180. Like, it's a total 180. And then there are some songs that are 180
when you shoot two cops already in Atlanta like 3 years before, 2-3 years before this. Is it really 180 when you shot two cops?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, but again,
but they didn't blow it up like because it wasn't social media. Then they didn't blow that. Like I said, I didn't know much about it until really when I saw the movie. I didn't remember.
Oh, really? Oh, I remember reading.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I don't remember this.
Yeah.
So let me say that because he was on MTV all the time because Tabitha Soren was consistently always interviewing him.
He's a big Tupac fan, though. I think.
But she got some really good interviews with him, though. Like it was, you could tell that he actually respected her. Like, I mean. Not to say that he went off on other reporters or nothing like that, right? But there was a respect that was there of her and him. And she really got a lot of good interviews with him. And then there was, what's the other one? Ed Gordon.
Ed Gordon's a good one with him.
So again, like there were.
It's another one. Was it Sorbin? What is?
But they were.
I know he really. I know the Kevin Powell that he really. Messed with Kevin Powell too in that one interview because he gave up the ghost on that interview.
Yeah, he was he definitely, like I said, he had some great interviews. Like I said, those ones leading up to him going to jail, and then it is that idea that after he did Juice, that he kind of started to embody Bishop. Like people have said that he kind of started to embody that. I mean, hell, when he was on fucking not Rap City on Yo MTV Raps, and he's bragging about beating up the Hughes brothers and shit like that. So and
Lover's trying to cover his mouth up,
and they
Lover's like, "Yo, dog."
They like, "Hey, nigga, shut up." Like he was the first one to tell to be on TV telling everybody that he fucks some shit up. And
so think if Tupac had fucking Twitter, he would be a fucking madman.
Oh yeah, you think Kanye is crazy on Twitter?
They
both Geminis too.
Yeah, there's that. You would hope at this point in his life, right, that he his life would have been there. I mean, again, he had all those movies that were coming out, but I will always say when he got home from jail, he did so much really quickly, like he knew he did not have a lot of time left. And that's a scary thing in itself, right? Of like, again, like Me Against the World, if you listen to the things that he's saying, he knew that he was not, I think he knew he wasn't going to see 30. But I don't think that, I don't know. I think he knew he wasn't going to see 30. He didn't know when, but I think he knew it wasn't going to happen. And he didn't.
So let's run through some of the tracks real quick. Intro is a regular intro going through different things from the first album. Actually, the previous album is like a continuation. If I Die Tonight, one of the opening parts that is dope on there, he's like a soldier dies a death. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once. And then it goes in If I Die Tonight, which is this is a very, very if you're talking about Tupac albums, it's probably the most bleak of the Tupac albums of like the idea of your mortality and where you are.
Like I said, he listening to this, he knew. And so there's something he says, Me Against the World was really to show people that this is an art to me, that I do take it like that. And whatever mistakes I make out of ignorance, not out of disrespect to music or the art. So Me Against the World was deep, reflective. It was like a blues record. It was down home. It was all my fears, all the things I couldn't sleep about. everybody thought that I was living so well and doing so good that I wanted to explain it. And it took a whole album to get it all out. It's explaining my lifestyle, who I am, my upbringing, and everything. It talks about the streets, but talks about it in a different light. There's a song on there dedicated to mothers, just a song I wrote for my mother, and it digs deeper like that. I just want to do something for all mothers. I'm proud of that song. It affected a lot of people. And again, there's a lot of mamas who, like I said, I always say when I was young, me and my mama had beef. We did. They did. Like,
so kicked out on the street.
Listen, there are times that I left her house, and there were times that I was kicked out of her house. Like, we had beef. Like I said, but again, ain't a woman alive that can take my mama's place. Suspended from school, scared to go home. That was me. Like, I got suspended again. She finna take my like. Ugh. So it's he was facing his own mortality, and he knew it. And that's the scariest thing I think of all. Like, there's difference when you're sick, right? And you got to face that. But you are facing your own mortality based on your lifestyle that you're living.
And you know what? Now that you say that, like he was saying it on that album, and then what's the next album? All Eyes on Me.
Yeah.
It's like we kicking it. I'm home. We kicking it. You know, fuck it. I'm here. And then the next album, it's like fuck it. I'm ready.
Yeah, and it's like
Machiavelli.
All Eyes on Me. There's still tracks that are on that are reflective. So it ain't all shits and giggles on that either, right? So songs about like when life goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one of them. What's the other one? That's
No More Pain.
No More Pain. Well, that's my shit.
That's probably my favorite Tupac song.
Forcefully eradicate my foes, my lyrics explode on contact, game on but the it's not what. Oh, so I ain't mad. I mean, of course, I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
But I said definitely life goes on. Bury me smiling with G's in my pocket. Have a party at my funeral. Let every rapper rock it. Let the hoes that I used to know from way before kiss me from my head to my toe. Like there were, like I said, there's he was able to throw in some non-club shit. You know what I'm saying? And then and all of that. But like heaven ain't hard to find. Like there's. Again, it was in there. It was still in there. And then by the time 7 Day Theory, Don Klumanani comes out, again, you starting to get back to, but he came home and wrote all that shit immediate, like bam, 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 bam. There was so much work available, so many tracks available for them to continue to make those albums after he passed. And like who just has that much sitting around? I mean, I'm sure that there are, but ideally, again, that short amount of time that he was able to create all of that, nigga knocked out a couple of movies real quick within a year. You are preparing for
you did all that in a year.
You're preparing. You're ready.
So they would say he would have 3 or 4 studios, and let's say Dog Pound is in this one. I'm just throwing out random groups. Wu-Tang is in this one. Smith and Wesson and them is in this one, and this other one that has E40 and Drew Down in them. He would go between every studio and just do his verse and keep going back and forth and just do a rotation and basically knock out 4 different songs with features in one sitting. So they all smoking and drinking and one thing kicking it. He just basically hopping from crews and kicking it.
Like switching classes.
Yeah, he was switching classes. Everybody else was just sitting in the same class. Because I'm only on one song on All Eyes on Me. I only got to do one verse. If I'm E40, like that's it. I'm on Richie Rich. But I'm gonna kick it. This is my boy. Oh, okay, cool. You finna go next room. We over chilling. We finna do what we gotta do.
Be your nigga.
Yep. So then next up, Me Against the World with Dramacidal, which is really the group that everybody comes to know in the Outlaws. So Dramacidal, it was only Castro, Idi Amin, and Castro, Idi Amin, and I believe the one brother that got killed, Gaddafi. I believe that was the original Dramacidal, was those 3 guys. Of those, because they were all Jersey guys that was close to his mother.
and they were all like Black Panthers family members that they all kind of were together, and he brought them into the fold. And then it became bigger, and Outlaws became bigger than what it was, and even some members of Thug Life ended up becoming part of Outlaws. Big Syke and his brother, what's his brother's name? His name in the Outlaws is Khomeini. He was rapping on It Feels Good. We talked about earlier. He was the rapper on It Feels Good.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah, okay. That's him. That's Tupac's brother rapping on It Feels Good.
Like because that rap was horrible.
Tony has done it again.
Hold on. Tupac's stepbrother, Mopreme. I just thought about it. Mopreme is the one that's rapping on It Feels Good at the end. They all from the base, so that's where you got that from. So Me Against the World, like you said before, though, Stacey, like it's just literally it's me against everything. I'm going through this shit though. I got this case on me. I got all this stuff going on. It's me against the world. Then next up, So Many Tears. Man, that song, like we talked about it earlier, but like that song bangs, number one. Like it bangs. If you're like listen to it, it just bangs. But it also is the struggle of any. I don't want to just make it exclusively Black, but any person that has just been through shit and you just tired of fucking crying.
Mm-hmm.
I done shed so many tears. I'm tired of that shit. Because I'm next. And in this scenario, I'm next.
And
you know what I'm saying?
He was paranoid. Like he literally was paranoid. Like, right.
Had he already been shot before or while he was recording this album?
Yes.
Okay.
No. He had not. He had not been shot. Only some parts of the album but not when he was. Let me see what songs was.
Wait, actually,
so he was already recorded.
Like he's been. It makes me think of Running when it's like when Biggie is talking. He was like, he got shot. I was like, again? Like so, it's like I'm like he had been. So
no, he was not. He wasn't shot.
You got when he got shot at Bad Boy Studios, but I want to say that he got shot before that.
No, that's when he shot at the cops.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm like somebody got shot. But yeah, like that song, like I said, this is literally him. It's almost like a cry for help. Like there's like a paranoia that's there. So what does he say? See this Tangeray.
This is the crazy thing. So his album,
disillusion lately. He really wanted babies, so I could see a part of me that wasn't always shady. Don't trust my lady. She's a product of this poison. I'm hearing noises. I think he's fucking all my boys. Can't take no more. Like he is.
Like it's just random shit. Like just random crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm falling to the floor, begging for the Lord to let me into heaven's door. Like he is. This is like it's literally him. Just everything that is on his mind. Every verse is. Like even how he starts, so the first one's like back in elementary, after I on misery, left me alone. I grew up with my dying breed. Inside my mind, I couldn't find a place to rest. So I got to look like that. So then wait a minute. Then it's like now that I'm struggling in this business by any means, leaving me greedy, getting green, but seldom seen, and fuck the world because I'm cursed. I'm having visions of leaving here in a hearse. God, can you hear me? Like so, it's like, bruh, like he is. It's like this. It's like that prayer. Like that, like you just sitting, like it's like a prayer of like just being like, God, like, can you hear me? And then, like I said, when he even says, Lord knows I've tried, been a witness to homicide, like drive-bys, taking lives, little kids die. Like he's pleading damn near, like for all of this to just go away, damn near. Like I said, so this song, like it has always been like from the first time I heard it, it was, this is, and again, I'm like 13 when I heard it. And it's like, this is deep as fuck. Like, and I knew it then and I know it now, 30 years later. That it is a lot.
We going to the joint, Scott, you were talking about Temptations, which was, I didn't like it originally until I saw the music video. The music video made me like the song more.
Yeah, with all the cameos.
Yeah, like tons of cameos of like, I mean, they had Salt and Pepper was in there, Coolio. Ice-T. Hold on, let's see. I know I could find.
So, fun fact: Can You Get Away was supposed to be.
It's about Left Eye. It's about Left Eye.
What? So that was supposed to be the second single.
Oh, really?
With a video directed by Jada Pinkett.
Mm.
Instead, So Many Tears was released as the second single in June of '95. And then Temptations came out in August. And that was the third and final single off the album. The single is the least successful of the three that were released, but did fairly well on the charts.
Yeah, I just remember the video. I don't remember hearing it on the radio that much, but I just remember seeing the video a lot on the box.
So what's funny is I do remember watching the video on the box, but I had, I had an older TV. Like, I mean, we all had old TVs, but I had the older TV in my room where you flipping the channel, like
flip the channel,
but like you kind of had to, like, it was like kind of like an in-between channel situation.
Yep.
So like my screen was never clear.
And you had to turn the knob a little bit to try to
trying to get it. So like I never got into the video at that time because I can't see this shit. Like it's too foggy. I don't know what the hell this is. So but it just wasn't. It was never my jam. Yeah. But like I don't know. I'm gonna go watch the video now. Like now that I can watch it in 4K.
So Adina Howard was in it. Be Real, Bill Bellamy, Salt and Pepper, Coolio, Crystal Waters.
I remember Coolio being in there.
Yeah, Coolio.
Jada Pinkett, Jasmine Guy, Kenya Moore, Shock G, Joe Torre, Tay Diggs, Tretch, Warren G, and Yo-Yo.
That's when Bill Bellamy was making all the cameos. I remember he was in the Brat video.
So you see, I'm sitting there, I'm listening to all this. I'm like, wait, Tay Diggs.
This is before Tay Diggs. He must have been one of like you went into because they had different rooms with some of the women doing things.
He's probably like a body double or something.
One of the women are like doing something on him. Like let's say Salt and Pepper got him tied up.
Yeah, I'm like, because Tay Diggs had to been like.
But Tay Diggs hadn't blown up yet. Tay Diggs
at all. Like I'm like,
he didn't blow up to what? Stella Got a Groove.
Yeah, to Stella. So like he was
99,
98.
Yeah, something like that. So he had to be in a extra or something. He was there, but he wasn't there. Like now I gotta watch the videos. I'm like Tay Diggs. Like every other name that you said, I'm like, Tay Diggs.
And then next we got Young Niggas, which I love. This is actually one of my second or third favorite songs on the album, because he's talking about Yummy Sandiford on here. If anybody knows, Yummy Sandiford was a young kid in Chicago that he killed for the gang, but he killed he shot somebody else he wasn't supposed to shoot, so they end up killing him. He was only like 11 years old. And that's what he says at Benny. He's like, this goes to Yummy Sandiford. Anybody get in the game, going on. And Yummy Sandiford is a sad case in general. And if y'all remember, that's when he did his one interview in jail. Remember, he had the picture of the kid with the braids behind him.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's Yummy Sandiford. That he was had in that interview behind him was Yummy Sandiford, and that's the song Young Niggas is about that situation or whatever, which is even more crazy because Yummy Sandiford is our age. Think about that.
There's a lot of songs that he dedicated to kids.
Yeah, but think about that guy would be our age right now.
He would be our age if he was.
He would be our age right now.
Yeah, that I'm saying, like, there's that. He knew what was going on in the world. So, like I said, there's another song that is dedicated to the girl who got killed in LA by the Korean
Natasha Howell. I don't know what song, but I know that you're talking about. Is Natasha?
As long as somebody knows what I'm talking about, that's all I ever ask. Sometimes it's just as long as somebody else knows.
Natasha Hollins. It's Natasha Hollins. Natasha Hollins is her name.
Yeah.
I think actually low key. I think it's I think maybe Keep Your Head Up is because she said shout out to Natasha Hollins and a little girl I know named Corinne, which is
Salt's daughter. That's There you go.
Then next up we got Heavy in the Game. The first time we hear Richie Rich, on a national scale, Richie Rich, y'all Bay Area people, before y'all get in the comments, because I know you look, I know y'all Bay Area people. Richie Rich had 3 albums. We didn't know who Richie Rich was till heavy in the game. I'm sorry. I did not hear him ever as a rapper until then.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. You did. I don't want to tell a lie. Hold on 1 second. When did I got five?
He just got out of jail right before this, Dom. I mean, not Dom. Stacy, shit. Stacy, he just fucking got out of jail.
He got the same color hair. I'm like, man, Dom ain't even got the same hair color.
It's about the same color though. He was in jail most of the time when they like in the early 90s. He just got out of jail and did that song with Pac.
What was that one rapper? He had that one big hit like in the late 90s. Was it J.O. Felony?
Who is that? No, that was that. That's
J.O. Felony had this song with DMX and
I can give it to you, but what you
got? Yeah, that's DMX and Method Man. But Richie Rich is in jail for like 3 or 4 years, so he missed the whole era of early 90s rap.
He missed the Spice One era.
Right, but he was in a group that was like big or whatever, and that group, I forgot the name of his group, is like 187 or something like that, and they ended up dropping an album while he was in jail. But then when he got out, Def Jam gave him the deal. He did the song with Pac, and then Def Jam gave him the deal to do the seasoned veteran album, I believe, how the timeline goes.
I always like that T-Boz remix, Touch Myself.
Yep. He was hot for a second, man.
Yeah. If you scared, go to church.
His new album is good too, man. If y'all want to check it out on DSPs, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've been back on my Bay Area listening to what's the little young cat?
That's not with him, E40.
Yeah, I like that little Russell cat.
Hey.
Right, so what I was trying to say, my point with me trying to look up when I Got 500 the remix came out was like, had I heard him on that version on the remix first, or did I hear him on Me Against the World first? And I don't know which came out first.
Yeah, no,
Me Against the World came out first.
It's 95.
Me Against the World.
Yeah, both of them are 95, but when? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what?
500 didn't come. The remix didn't come out till like September. The remix.
This came out in
like March.
Right.
Yep, March of 95. Because he recorded this in this was recorded between March 94 and November 94.
Gotcha. Got it. Like I said, before the Bay hopping the damn comments.
Yeah,
let's get it right, because they will.
Where you from? Oakland, smoking. We got
Oakland.
So then we got Lord Knows, which is a dope track from him, man. This is it's a complete album in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, I think it's better than Me Against the World overall. Then Dear Mama, we talked about that a little bit. One of the slept on joints, It Ain't Easy.
It ain't easy, yeah.
It ain't easy. With this, he already, because he knew he was going to go to jail, because he said, "You see me on the penitentiary, or will they stay free?"
Nah, never mind. I'm tripping. I was like, was Cradle to the Grave on that? But that was on the Thug Life.
No, that was on Thug Life.
Thug Life.
I had that album. I had that tape.
And then after that, we could talk about this for a second. Can You Get Away? Supposedly this song is about T-Boz with her relationship with Andre Rison.
Left Eye.
You mean Left Eye?
Left Eye. Why am I fucking saying?
Because I said T-Boz earlier.
Yeah,
like you said Left Eye before. Like, so you had it.
Right. It was Left Eye with Andre Rison. Like her, because allegedly he was putting his hands on her and abusing her, and that's Tupac's letter to her. Don't know, but then Tretch gives a story saying, I guess they supposed to hook up, but then she had on some naughty gear underwear on, like boxer shorts, and he couldn't do it because that was Tretch's line, clothing line. And he was like, I can't have sex with a girl have my boy clothes on. That's what Tretch says. Why they never really hooked up.
So that's why Tupac and
Left Eye never hooked up, because she had some naughty gear.
The way that you said it, it sounded like Tretch wouldn't hook up with her because she had on the draws.
So it'd be like, you got promo stuff and like you throwing these.
No, I got it. No, I understand the story now. Like there was a misplaced modifier in there, and I was like, wait, what?
And then Pac was like, I can't do this. This is Tretch's line. I can't. You got naughty gear right on the front. let's just lay here and cuddle. Because that's what Pac would. That's the type of guy Pac would be. He ain't gonna kick you out the room. It's just to be cared for you. At least just lay here and cuddle and talk about, you know, Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. I'm just gonna try to debate having, you know, relations with you, because of whatever reason he wanted to have with it. Then Old School was a good one because he named out all the different acts at the time that was popping, that people was appreciating. Fuck the World was a very angry song. Very, very, very angry song.
They try to say that I don't care. I had a friend, Tracy Stanton. She had a little brother, and he knew that part. He was real, like a kid. And so we'd be like, we'd sing it around him. We like, Matt, be like, they try to say that I don't care. I woke up screaming. He be like, fuck the world. And
oh, y'all were horrible.
Look, okay, at 13, making a kid cuss was funny.
Yeah, we didn't have social media. That was our social media.
What else was we gonna do?
Make little kids cuss.
Making a little kid cuss was funny.
And mentioning cussing, the next song, Death Around the Corner, he was like, no, this is the last one actually. Death Around the Corner was him talking to his girl. He's like, you sit in that window all day with your AK. You don't sleep, you don't drink, you don't fuck. You know, and then it goes into the song once again. Death is a very high principle in this. But the last song, we was talking about kids, you know, he was like, hey, rah-rah, what you want to do? He's like, I want to be a motherfucking outlaw. Oh, for real? Like, all right, why are you letting this kid cuss you out?
So look, I want to be a motherfucking hustler. You better ask somebody. Look, making little kids cuss is funny.
Bring back kids cussing.
Bring back kids cussing. Like there's an age where they have to stop it, but if they like under 4, let them have it.
No, that dude sound like he was our age on that.
I'm just saying, like it's just like I said, if they little kid, let them have them. Like let the little kid let them cuss. Shit.
And then drama over here. So do y'all think that the kid is a famous kid somewhere? The kid that was talking on there, like in my mind, I feel like it was Hershey Loke from the from what was the group with him and Jamal Illegal. I feel like it was like him from Illegal, like Hershey Loke from Illegal, also on the song Monica, like this and like that. In my mind, it is though. I don't have no proof because I looked on the album credits. It don't have who the kid was.
Was that Badass? I mean not Badass.
It was his name was Hershey Loke.
Hershey Loke.
Or Mr. Malik. Mr. Malik,
yeah.
Hershey Loke, both of them.
Tonight is the night, like Betty, right? I love that.
What they say, hey.
Yeah, which is that's a whole nother different thing. Is that group was put together. Illegal was they want a real.
There's
group.
a whole Reddit thread asking who is Rah Rah. 1 second.
Oh shit.
Let's see. Damn it. Oh, I hate when you got like somebody else asked and then it never makes it anywhere. But it's
it said he ain't making it. He's from New York. I think, man, that makes me think it's Hershey Lowe, Mr. Malik.
Es posible. I don't know.
See, this is one of those deep dives we go into, y'all, though, that we try to give you all this information. We hope y'all deep dive as well, or whatnot. But Stacey, where can people get you up there?
Outlaw. We definitely had a deep dive that I got to go down from before we started.
Find out.
There was a question that was asked. Like, wait a minute. Now I gotta send my notebook.
So hold on. There's an interview with him online. I just found. Hold on, I'm putting it in the chat. I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to mess with somebody's. Hold on, I'm putting it in the chat if y'all want to.
Rah Rah's Tupac songs Outlaws a reference to Yaki Gaddafi, a member of the Outlaws.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like so, yeah, Rah Rah. Yeah, he's on this.
Yeah, and I see an interview on. Yeah, I see a YouTube thing. Yeah. Outlaw Radio interviews with Rah Rah from Tupac's Me Against the World. All right, so we found him. That's quick.
He's safe.
I mean, we don't talk gang culture on here, but man, that whole big U thing is we wrap this up.
But I think I just found his Instagram. I actually think I just found his Instagram page. So I don't really care that much, but
shout out to
this nigga look like he looked like what he been through.
Damn. Rah-rah is rah-rah.
Rah-rah looks like an old nigga who's still in these streets and like, oh nigga, like it's that 45-year-old nigga who probably need to get out the club.
But he don't know yet.
Like that's what he looked like. He definitely giving Unc OG vibes. Right? Like, but yeah, even his selfies confirm his age. Like there's a way
the close selfie.
Yeah, that weird
look like
angle.
they reading.
Yeah, there's and it's like, sir, you too old to be taking pictures with your middle finger up. No.
Yeah, you're too old to be smoking blunts in your pictures online.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with smoking, but actually, doing it on pictures.
Yeah, it's like it's a baby on this picture, and I'm sure it's his grandkid.
Oh shit!
Like I feel like this your grandbaby. That ain't.
Yeah, that's definitely your grandbaby.
That ain't your son. And the fact that in his
he says on here, I'm looking on here on his thing, I need everyone to help me wish my one and only son PJ a happy blessed birthday. And that's 50 weeks ago.
In his bio, it has Rah Rah from Tupac's Big Against the World album. That is the claim to fame. Just like Bobby Brown's wife loves to tell everybody that she's the girl playing the saxophone and the Rex and Effects.
Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley's wife.
No, not Teddy.
No, Bobby. Bobby Brown.
Oh yeah, but no, Teddy Riley.
His current wife.
He used to date her. Teddy Riley used to date her.
Claim to fame. Look, if you got to claim to fame, hold on to it, baby. If that's what it was, then that's what it is. But I'm gonna put that in my bio. Used to date a guy who sang backup for MC Hammer. I'm putting that in my bio today.
Hold on. So, did you see his wife or whatever? I'm looking on his Instagram here. She looks pretty young though. That's why he has a young kid, I believe.
Old niggas like young bitches. Duh. And I don't mean bitch in a disrespectful way.
Yeah, you mean it's a superlative.
Yeah, my God. Yeah,
Stacey, where can people hit you up at?
I am on a social media break because the hell with y'all. But I'm currently working on my website, fakemad.com. I've used the term fake mad all the time, and yes, I do own that domain. I've owned it for some years. I'm working on fakemad.com, which will have various takes on the different things that we get fake mad about, or that I get fake mad about. I have, like, it ain't just gonna be me on the blog. I'm gonna have, guest people posting and things like that about, the question is, what's you fake mad about today? So you can, that's what I'm working on, and protecting my peace and staying out of the social media streets, because y'all done pissed me off. I'm done.
That's for real.
So
Scott, where can people get
that? Just hit me up. Just when you find me, I'm in the group. Just
everybody feeling the same way. Everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm just in the group.
That's I am.
Just see me when you see me.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for listening. We'll be back soon. Peace.
All right.